All right, we are live. I am talking to the ether right now. I'm just gonna double check. Oh, are we live? I don't know if we're live or not. I love this part of the whole thing. Whether or not figuring out whether or not you're live. Anyway, today I am doing some arranging of Adele's "Hello" for a concert that I have coming up in a few weeks. Oh, I am on, boy. Sweet, great. Yeah, so "Hello" is a tune by Adele, and I'm doing it as part of this concert thing. Basically, I have like 2 weeks to write like 4 or 5 more of these arrangements, so I'm just going to be live streaming it just to make sure that I am doing it properly. Anyway, so this is what I have so far of Adele's "Hello." We have, let me just make sure that it looks okay in OBS. Yeah, it looks all right. Sweet. I have, it's basically just going to be the regular song, "Hello," but we're going to be playing it with a full 13-piece band with like, it's kind of an odd arrangement actually. 2 tenor saxophones, alto bari, so very low saxophone like section, and then a trumpet, French horn, and trombone. This is the first time that I've composed for French horn in this sort of arrangement. I'm kind of treating the French horn as like a trombone-ish, because most of the time when you have brass in like contemporary settings where it's like jazz and like or like whatever this is or it's going to be, you normally would have like just trumpets and trombone. By the way, Jake, yes, I'm getting system audio through OBS through something called Soundflower. Soundflower is a protocol that you can download. It's an open source thing that basically can route audio from your desktop to OBS and places. But anyway, yeah, it's this whole thing. If you check out here, actually, no, yeah, the output is Steinberg UR44, but which is my interface. But the audio is being routed specifically from Ableton, which I also am going to be showing you guys, and then also this is Sibelius. Anyway, this is super interesting so far. So I'm going to not super interesting. I don't know. I'm bumbling. I haven't talked to anybody all day, so great. Yeah, this is what I have so far. So I got the piano is basically going to be, it's going to be like a mashup-ish. Like during the verses, it's going to be "Twice" by Little Dragon, which is I found that this kind of stumbled upon this mashup, but it sounds like this. I've already like kind of programmed a demo of it. I just make sure that's going through OBS. Yeah, it is.
Hello, it's me.
It works really well, actually.
I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to me to go over.
So that's just going to be the verses, and it's just going to be like the super chilled out sort of thing. Oh, come on. And the first chorus is also going to be fairly chill. It's just going to be, I have here light cymbally stuff, no backbeat, but implication of groove is fine. I'm still working out exactly like what chords I want to be using during this chorus. So far, these are the chords that I have. Let's check this out.
Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home.
So I like those so far. There's a few things. First of all, I haven't written them all out in the chart, which it's not the end of the world, but like I do like to try and make sure that when I'm working on the demo, it's always being reflected in what the sheet music is, just so I don't have to do any more work later on. Yeah, so it's just this constant like back and forth between demoing ideas and then writing it in Sibelius, and then once I've demoed the ideas in Ableton, then I'll like write. It's kind of a back and forth. The general like groove and general ideas and chords I'll demo in Ableton, but then I'll write the full fleshed out arrangement in Sibelius, and then transfer the stuff that's in Sibelius into Ableton at the very end for like the full demo that I'm going to send out to the band. Cool. Yeah, so it was kind of like this F major over here. Yeah, it's these. So the second half of the chorus is like this. I like it, but I feel like we could do something slightly different. So I'm just gonna mess around with some ideas real quick. Let's loop this. And just. Yeah. Let's see. Let's do that a little bit longer. Yeah, I don't know. I get really, at a certain point, I don't know what I'm listening to with the chords. I've been working on this for a while. All right, lick. Let's just mess with it. Like any of this. I kind of like that G flat, like randomly in there. Let's see if we can figure that out a little bit better. Yeah, I kind of like the G flat there instead of the. No. Let's try E flat 11. There. Are we done with the memes? We done with the memes? Cool, great. Okay. Yeah, it's close enough, maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to quantize that. Excuse me. Make it sound like I actually know what I'm doing, sort of. Should I do a G flat there? Maybe. Okay, cool. Yeah, something like that. And quantize it to make it seem like I know what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, the G flat's okay. So the chords that I chose, just so everybody is paying close attention at home, we got a We got a F major 7 over an A, which is a favorite chord of mine in minor keys. Like it's all in F minor, but to throw in like an F major 7 over the third is just such a like modern jazz chord. I just love it. So I use that chord a lot, and then that resolves to like a ooh, oh shit, didn't resolve there, but that's what's up. I actually kind of like that one better, but that's a little too far out there for this idiom. So I have to tell you, I'm sorry, sorry to tell you, I'm sorry for breaking your. We could also do something like, no. I'm sorry for breaking your heart. That'd be interesting. Breaking your heart. I can barely sing normally as it is, but when I'm trying to reharmonize things with weird chords, it's bad. So. Tell you I'm sorry for every break in your heart. I know. For breaking your heart. I know. No. Anyway. Okay, yeah. I do like that. I'm trying to. One of the things that is kind of annoying sometimes with this particular song is it's always da, that's like the harmonic rhythm the entire time, and I was trying to escape that a little bit. It can be fun. So yeah, basically all of that past couple minutes was just changing that one chord to that chord. Great. Well, you know, we'll commit to it. We'll commit to it. I have commitment issues sometimes in music, and when I'm streaming. It's a good excuse to commit to things. So change up the bass line for this section. Gotta make sure that the bass is properly engraved. Otherwise, what's the point in anything? Use a 6/9 chord. We'll just call this a D flat 6/9. That's funny. I'll just call these major 7 69s, but just give it to the guitarist. And I'll just, when he makes a joke, I'm like, oh yeah, you're the only one that has the 69 chord. It's because I want to do it to you. Nobody else will get the 6/9. Well, I'll get the 6/9 because somebody has to be the 6 and somebody has to be the 9. Not the keyboard player, though. He's going to be left out. Okay. Then this section, I wrote out these chords. There's like this E major 7 sharp 11, which really sounds strange in context, but we'll live with it. It's going to be like this build. So the whole general idea with this first chorus is to start out like really quiet. And like, cause it's been very, very quiet this whole time. The person who's going to be singing this song, cause it's an arrangement for all these singers, it really like lets loose on the chorus, but I was kind of working with her earlier and we were saying like, oh, well, we're going to have the first chorus be like really quiet, like really not that belty, like hello from the, like not really like that, but like much more chill, except at the end of the first chorus where it's going to be like this big build fake me out where you'll hear how I've edited it into the demo. Tell you. So that's gonna be like the big fake me out. And actually, I'm gonna just drag this here. Cool. So we've been listening to the demo, but this is how it's gonna sound with actual horns in the playback. Let's make sure that. Oh, I think I turned the Sibelius down. Yeah, so this is how it's going to sound with the playback. So the horns come in. Building. Cool. Unfortunately, I'm not going to live stream the concert. That would be awesome, but Rockwood is fairly strict with that. But I will definitely be posting like clips from the concert, and if enough of it turns out all right, I will post the full thing for patrons. But because we only have one rehearsal for this thing, I have my doubts on how good it's going to be. So I'm gonna like curate what actually gets released from it. But you know, when you see it live, you'll see us fuck up in all of our splendor. It's gonna be great. So the whole idea of this is that like we don't hit to like the full blown like gigantic belty "Hello from the Other Side" until like the second chorus, and by that point it's like 2 or 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes into the tune. I'm really a big fan of like what's it called? Slow burns, where it's like just it takes a while to get to the grand moment. Once you get there, it's like, oh my god, so intense. So in this case, basically it's going to be this like really quiet, chill chorus first, and then is building like half chorus. So it's like full chorus, half chorus, and then finally like a big ol'. Oh no, and then we do another verse, and the verses are all Twice by Little Dragon. And I found that the vocal melody to the, if anybody knows Twice by Little Dragon, the vocal melody to the chorus works really well as like this background line. So I gave it to the horn player. So it'd be like, I haven't programmed this into the demo yet, but it's like, oh, it's me. I've been California dreaming. And this is the Twice by Little Dragon. So all the people in the audience who know Twice by Little Dragon will be like, oh my god, and everybody else will be like, oh, okay, that's cool. It's a really, really cool song, and I just like it a lot. Twice by Little Dragon. Dusty C7 asks, is there a concept of how jazz chords and non-functional chords resolve, or do you just use your ears? I just use my ears. And you can kind of tell when you're going too far out, but I've kind of like developed some idea of just what I like. It's really what you like. There really isn't. I mean, there is plenty of theoretical models of things, but that's why I like using my ear the most. And I hate to say that, but like, yeah. I mean, technically speaking, like any number of these chords work, quote unquote. Like, hello, like hello, it's me. Hello. Just trying to. There we go. Ooh, let's turn down the. Don't like it when the MIDI from Sibelius works, but like, hello, it's me. I've been California dreaming, no, you're used to be. Go under and free. Like all these chords technically work. Whether or not like I like the particular one is just entirely up to me. The main thing is that you just want to make sure that the melody note is somewhere within the chord. So like if I do hello, but like the chord is hello. Although that'd be a very different hello, it's me. I've been California dreaming, oh, I used to be. I'll go under and free. That'd be really awesome, actually. No, okay, well, maybe that's going to be the next version of Hello, I Do. The problem is you have to find the right singer to actually sing it, and that would not, it would, yeah. I'm not sure if I'd want to listen to a whole concert like that, but if I go from like that, these harmonies, that is basically a superimposition of F minor 7 over G major 7. Very spicy. Yeah, it would be like the whole concert would need to be that, because if we were doing that and all of a sudden we're then in Hello from the Other Side, it would just not really work. Yeah. So anyway, I need to focus more on what is going on right here. So, okay, yeah. So this is the chorus. Oh, no, that's not the chorus. Woo. So okay. I'm gonna add a big ol' big old G flat chord here. So the chords in this section are similar to what they were in the first chorus, or at least the first 3 chords. And I sort of like pre-selected a lot of these chords, but there's one that I was really hearing, which was like this moment right here, where it goes where it goes down to this like D minor 7 flat 5. I don't know why I was really hearing it, and I don't really like this trumpet movement. I'll just do that trumpet movement right there. Yeah, I'll do that. I think that'll blend a little bit better. Yeah. To have that G right there. Maybe the G should be up there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's gonna blend a little bit better. Okay. But I was really hearing that, so it's like a D flat major 7. Excuse me, a D flat 6/9. And a C7, whatever. No, and then we go to a E F minor 7. This is an E flat sus2 over, or E flat sus4 over G. Spicy chord. I like this chord. It's a good one. But in context, it sounds super nice. And then we do that again. And then D minor 7, flat 5. Except I said I was like talking about this G. It's a D minor 7, D minor 11 flat 5. When you're talking about upper extensions for minor 7 flat 5s, there are 3 that can work. There's the G, which is the 11. That's usually the safest bet. That's like the 9 on a minor 7 chord or a major 7 chord. The 9 just sort of like adds more color. Same thing with the 11 on a minor 7 flat 5. The 2 notes that can work depending on context will be the major 9 on a D minor 7 flat 5, which would sound like this, versus, and it's okay, but you need the right chord, or you need the right like context for it. It's very modern sounding. And the other one, I never liked it, and it was what the trumpet voicing was, which was this B flat right here. The B flat is the flat 13 on a minor 7 flat 5. And flat 13 sounds okay, but the problem is that the flat 13 is the root of a related dominant 7th chord. So if we have a D minor 7 flat 5, D minor 7 flat 5, and I added that flat 13, it now just kind of sounds like a B flat 9 chord. But the chord that I want it to sound like is this, which to me sounds and feels very different than. So that flat 13 just kind of like throws a wrench into the whole thing. So the tension that I like the most on minor 7 flat 5 chords usually is a 11. It just kind of like, it blends with it a little bit better, I think. So that's why this French horn is going up to this G. Also, whenever French horns move in perfect fourths or perfect fifths, it sounds really nice. Again, not like the Sibelius playback, but like the So whenever I get a French horn player to play any of my music, I'm like, I gotta make them move by fourths and fifths as much as I can because it sounds so like hunting music. Side note, I've recently received a tip that for writing horns, writing them in alto clef because they're based around C, but then you'd have to read alto clef, and I hate alto clef. I just, the way I write for horns is I just know the range. You see, like, Sibelius reads out these notes, but I know the fact, first of all, some information about baritone sax. This low C, if I was to look at how this is being transposed, is a low A, and not all baritone saxophones have a low A, but the bari sax player that I know for this concert does have a low A, so I'm going to say, like, hey, it's a nice note. It's a really full, fat note. Same thing here. That's a low A flat on a tenor saxophone. B flat, sorry. It's a low B flat. Yeah, sorry, it's concert A flat. Low B flat. Not all tenor saxophones can make a nice, like, quiet sound down there. It's a very honky sound, but that's exactly what I want. So, and especially that first chord right there. It's not a very subtle chord. I like the sound of it, but it's not subtle at all. So, you know, just knowing these things, knowing how these notes actually sound on the instruments, like trumpet can't, like, for example, this is a fairly neutral register for horn, I think. It's a little far up there. I mean, they can play quietly pretty far up there, but if I had this on a trumpet, for a trumpet player, they can play this, but this is also a very low register for a trumpet player. These notes are not going to be super projecting. And then it's, you know, this is actually a pretty projectile register for the trombone. They would be able to, like, really make this loud, basically. But I gave it for French horn because I think it's like the most neutral sounding in that register right there. This would be pretty high up there for baritone saxophone. Anyway, helps you read alto clef, though. Helps as an orchestrator, but that would mean that I would have to read alto clef. Yeah, everything helps, but I can still have opinions, can't I? Yeah, I mean, I don't actually hate alto clef. And like I said, like in previous streams, if I'm working with string players and I'm working with string quartets, I get much like I'll talk again. I work a lot faster the more that I do alto clef. But, you know, if I haven't been writing for strings for a while, I have to kind of like start over from the beginning and always do these measurements from C. I'm like, okay, that's a C, whatever. But, you know, eventually I start getting into the groove of things after a while. Okay, let's go back to actually working. I'm not going to talk as much. Why do you call half diminished chords minor 7 flat 5? That is the jazz way of saying it. That's just culturally how jazz musicians call it. It's the same thing. I don't pretend to make any value judgments one way or the other about which one's better. It's also like in these contexts, I'm going to say it this way. In this context where it's like pop, jazz, rock, whatever, minor 7 flat 5. If I was doing something else, half diminished. Just which language you speak. It's like British English versus American English. see, let's just spell out a G flat major 7. Fully diminished chords would just be diminished chords. There's no difference between half diminished and full diminished. It's just a diminished chord or a diminished seventh. Okay, G flat. Let's do F and then maybe down to D flat. Cool, and then let's do B flat. Cool. How was Paris? Paris was nice. Sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody there. Paris was just pure vacation for my girlfriend and I. It was great. I spent a day and a half. It was not very long, but got to see the city for the first time in 15 years. Jesus. Yeah, last time I was there was 15 years ago. It was very cool. Just I don't want to hear how this sounds. So I'm thinking, down, that's the idea that I have for this section. This is what I work with, is just like the groove feel, like the rhythmic feel of this stuff. So the idea for this is bow, 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 shout, bow, 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 down, bow, gang, go, bow, 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 and build, rock, barrel. Ooh, maybe I. Yeah, maybe I do want to like a break there. I don't know. Too many breaks before chorus. Well, yeah, actually I do. Breaks, I've noticed this thing, like when you're going, the energy that goes when you're going from one section to the next. Live, it works better to not drop out before a chorus or before a big section. But in recordings, it does. Or maybe it doesn't all the time, but like I notice on every like modern pop, electronic dance music and everything, there's always some kind of drop before a chorus, like things drop out. It's not always the case live. Your composition professor always busts your balls when you don't write it as half diminished. Well, chances are they're not a jazz musician. Which is not a good or bad thing. It's just, it's like complaining if you use petrol instead of gasoline. Who gives a shit? It's the same thing. Woo! Let's correct that. I like how that sounded. Okay. It must be satisfying when these pop songs come along that have massive choruses right for orchestrating into a large ensemble. Delectably satisfying. And you know what it is? It's just if it's a good song, the way I know how, like, why is it's a good song. It's a well conceived song, and the one thing I will say about this particular song, "Hello," is that there are a million choruses in this damn thing. There's 3 double choruses, which is just insane to me. So I'm trying to, like, whenever I do these orchestrations, I try and, like, if we're doing the chorus over and over again, like, give every double chorus a new meaning. So this section of this chorus right here is like stop time. So it's like shma, shma. And then this section, which I haven't really orchestrated yet, is going to be a lot more like rocking out. I'll just leave that for right there. I haven't really done that. And then maybe this final double chorus, I haven't really figured out exactly what to do with it, but there's going to be some kind of bridge, and then out of the bridge, there's going to be a high note, and I think there's going to be like a solo over the first of these double choruses, and then, maybe an Iwi solo. That'd be cool. Zach Zinger is going to be the alto saxophone player, and Zach Zinger plays Iwi. He also plays ocarina. It's probably not the best song for ocarina, but... okay, F is probably not a good note for that. A is a good note. Yeah. No, I don't know. This trombone register is fairly low, but I kind of wanted... These brass voicings are probably not ideal. They're a little too spread for me. Yeah, these... Normally what I like to do is have every section sound good on its own. So that sounds all right on its own, but the brass kind of don't. When they all go together, they sound a lot better. And when I say sound, by the way, when I'm listening to this stuff, I'm hearing things that maybe are not super obvious in the MIDI playback. The MIDI playback's god-awful, but I'm just hearing how the relationships of the notes will work together in the real world. Yeah. That sounds a little weak. Oh, you know why? I think there are just like too many Fs on there. Whoo! I do like that chord though. This chord needs some help. Oh yeah, because it. Whoo! It's nice though. It's nice. Tell you I'm sorry. Okay. When is it practical in arrangements and compositions to use odd divisions of the beat? Is a quintuplet feel too far out there for most settings? Like getting a group of people to feel it? Yeah. When you have these weird ideas, these unusual ideas, you have to commit to them. And I definitely don't want to commit to a quintuplet feel for this. There's no point to it. I'm going to have the alto follow the melody. Okay, the second chord needs to just be a straight up like... Okay. All right. the same set of chords here. Or wait, same chords, set of chords on this measure. So I'm just gonna copy and paste, even though I don't want this like counter melody. Okay. Woo! Okay. 2 Fs. Okay, then we got a G there. Sure, we can do. No, there's been a lot of G's happening. So, I'm not sure if I like that trumpet melody, because a lot of the time when you're listening, okay, so it's. Yeah, it's okay. That note is going to be intense, but I kind of like that note resolving better to an E flat. Problem with that is this. Actually, no, it's not the end of the world. I'll just go with that there. Okay, cool. E flat. Okay, so we got an A flat, G. Ooh, that's going to be a little intense. Let's listen to that slowly. You know, it doesn't work, that last chord. Why doesn't that work? Yeah, I think the idea of that being a dominant 7th chord is not what I want. Whatever. That's the whole thing. Yeah. So the root motion of all these chords is a little bit too drunken for me right now, because it's like this D minor 7 going to the G flat major 7. That's kind of cool. It's kind of an unusual movement, root movement. Some root movement of a diminished fourth. I like that. It's strange. But then it goes from a diminished fourth to an augmented second. So it's also very strange. And then the half step, or then by step by step, then by step by step, because this is going to be a F minor 7. Minor 7 going to a, what is this going to be? It's going to be one of these things. What are your opinions on writing time signatures with note values? I mean, I don't really have much. I don't really have many opinions. I think it works. I think it's nice. And if it gets Yeah, I think it's nice. I don't think that it's bad. I don't think it's particularly good either. I think I can get all the information I need from that denominator, but it is a nice little touch for certain things. Okay. Sweet. It's the slowest possible tempo we can feel, 33 beats per minute. Haha, get it? Okay. I used a piece where the tempo was 32 just to annoy you, Adam. Well, you really haven't. Do whatever you want to do. Just chances are you're not going to be able to feel it super easily. View layout marks. Well, what's going on here? Oh, damn it. How do I get rid of this? Attachment lines? What the hell did I just do? I don't want these stupid, like, things here. How do I get them away? It's like the first time that's ever happened. No! No, Sibelius. How do I get rid of these numbers? And why does it... I want this... I still haven't gotten used to Sibelius 8. Because I knew how to do this in 6, but I have no concept of how to do it here. What the fuck? Stupid... Grits from Argentina again. How's it go? Okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to live with that for right now. That sucks. How do I not layout? Title page. Appearance? I know this is riveting. Riveting. I just don't want to see these numbers. Creature of habit, and these numbers are screwing me up. Okay, well, whatever. Start a little faster. Okay. Okay, so whatever. Adam, can you tell us any quick thoughts about the bass playing the flat 7 on a dominant chord? Depends on the context. Most of the time, if you're talking about walking bass lines and things like that, you want to stick to the triad because the flat 7 on a dominant 7th chord sounds like this, which doesn't really sound like a dominant 7th chord. It also doesn't sound like anything because the Sibelius just played back on the saxophone, so it should sound like this, which doesn't sound very dominant 7th-ish. It sounds like a dominant 7. That doesn't really. Unless it's part of something like this. Sounds very Chopinesque, which is minor going to the dominant 7th in 3rd inversion, going to the minor 4 in First inversion. Very pretty stuff. Oh, jeez. Okay. What are we doing here? Okay. So right now we're trying to finish off the orchestration of this chorus. So shut up. We're going to do... At the end of this chorus, I want this sort of building motion happening. Cat's crying because I'm not paying any attention to him. Okay, these are the chords I want for the end of the chorus. Okay. Okay. So basically, what I need to do, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sort of explain it as I'm doing it. Why is this? Anyway. I'm going to orchestrate F major 7 over A, going to A flat 6, going to F minor 7, going to E flat sus4 over G. So F major 7 over A. This is a pretty decent voicing so far. I already kind of have used these chords before here, so this is what the saxes will do. But that's kind of like not that rich, this voicing right here for A flat 6. I used it here though because when you combine it with the brass, it makes an even richer sound. But I kind of want to make sure that it sounds rich on its own. This will sound pretty rich. Yeah, that was okay. To the night, 11. Let's see. So this is a pretty intense moment right here where this trumpet is on this high E natural because it's out of the key. So if I'm playing this. This chord does not sound right. Urgh! I hate when things do not sound right. Why does this not sound right? It doesn't sound... You know what? But you're just going to sound better now. The reason why I didn't like how it was sounding is because the E flat was doubled. I like this. I like that melody on top, but I had this tenor sax also on the E flat, so I think this is going to sound nicer. Well, maybe not nicer, but it does sound... Ooh, yeah, part of the reason is because there's this F, and this G right here, and then this A flat here. But I want this... Because I want the lead alto to double the vocal melody. Just watched Bruno Mars tribute from a group of Berkeley musicians, and they used this sequence, E flat over... Yeah, I mean, that's fine. The reason why that works is because E flat 7 over D flat kind of almost sounds like a D flat major 7 sharp 11 13. Oh my god. Oh, so many chords. Chords are stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna have this be a little less intense with that on top. I'm gonna... Let's see. What will I do? Because it's intense and also it's pretty high in the trumpets. Well, it's not that high in the trumpets register, but when you have a lead trumpet player, anything like above like a C, above this C, whenever they're playing anything, a good lead trumpet player, it just projects. You just hear that. It's a small stage at Rockwood too, so you know. Yes, I did just say that chords are stupid. Which is clearly why I'm spending all this time and energy like orchestrating this stuff to make this chords sound cool. Let's do. I'm gonna put the brass beneath this, beneath the alto sax. That's normally not done. I'm gonna do that anyway because I'm a fucking rebel. It's also because I want this moment to kind of like not be that loud. I don't know what's going to happen here, but because I want it to be building, and one of the ways that you kind of make sure that things aren't too loud isn't literally just telling people to be quiet, but also writing things lower in registers, because things in upper registers generally are higher, things in lower registers generally are softer. So I'm going to put the trumpet beneath the alto sax, and then horn beneath the tenor sax 1. Yeah, I'm going to put this. So normally you don't want to have the top two voices within a second of one another, but I think this will be fine because these are anyway going to be a little bit more buried in the voicings. So the brass will sound like this. Okay, sounds okay. I don't like this triple C. What the hell was I thinking on this chord? What in the tarnation was I thinking? Tripling the C. Why would I do that? I mean, I know why I did it, but I think we can change one of them to a not C. I'm gonna change this one to a F, just because tripling any note in a chord this thick, it just kind of like takes away a lot of the energy. I mean, sometimes going to a unison can be nice, but not in this instance, I don't think. This. G, B flat. We want to have an A flat in there somewhere. Just to get that spice in there. Get the spice. Yeah, there's that spice. There's that spice. Oh yeah, spice. Actually, you know what? Let the trombone do that, because the trombone would do that again anywhere there for that note, and then this can be a B flat, sure. Let's try that again. This voicing doesn't sound as balanced as I want it to be. E flat. That's right. Doesn't sound as like full of juice as I need it to be, though. I guess it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Just change it back to make sure that this voicing is the same as that one. Cool. It's fine. It's just totally fine. This also needs to be here. I do probably need coffee. Little jet lagged. Not the worst, but I think you can use the help of the alto clef, especially with tenor 2. No, I think tenor 2, I'm just used to reading it this way. I could also just put the tenor 2 in bass clef. That's actually what I should have been doing this whole time. Because I'm really thinking of the second tenor as like almost like a bari sax most of this time, but I just get super used to like reading obnoxiously low for tenor saxophone. I don't know why. It's something I end up doing, but it should be in bass clef, and most of the time I put it in bass clef. There we go. It looks better. Cool. All right. Boom. Smack. Smack. Okay. This, what needed to happen here? This was like... Yeah, that sounds good. I'm happy. Are you happy? Not really, but... I'm going to do a decrescendo, which means you get quieter. I know that kind of sucks sometimes to get quieter, but don't worry, you're going to get louder again. Any tips on writing out of a rut? Well, it depends on what you mean by a rut. I come to blocks all the time. For example, one of the pieces that I'm arranging for this thing, oh God, allergies, is Only Girl in the World by Rihanna. And I just don't know how to end this particular arrangement that I've been working on. So I just stopped. And you know, if you keep bugging at it for a while, then you'll get very frustrated if you just don't know what's going to happen next. But, you know, it's good to just like completely stop what you're doing and move on to another thing and just come back later and see if anything has sort of like percolated in the back of your mind. I always find that even if I like ran out of ideas, I just don't know how to like continue, they'll always come eventually. Like there's never a moment where it's just like never going to happen. It's just like being patient with it. It's very frustrating though. Like very, very frustrating. So, just doing this, and this, and this. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, yeah. Eventually is always a long time. I mean, there's no easy answer. Sorry to say it. Okay, so I'm just going to have the drummer fill at the end of this bad boy. This thing, let's say like fill. And then I'm just going to say Hulk smash. Hulk smash. Josh will know what I mean by that. Yeah, I mean, the more you bug it and the more frustrating it happens, if I just don't know what's going to happen next, there's just, there's a point of no return, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. Sleep is one of the better, like, compositional aids. and this is just when we play the fucking song. Okay, and then I'm just gonna have the brass play this in unison, because brass in unison fucking rocks. Oh yeah, I transcribed the chorus wrong. It's kind of annoying. Hold on. But da 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 da. Let's see. Let's get the right chorus melody in there somehow. There we go. But the question is the second half of the chorus, how much reharm I want to do on it, because this first half is pretty gospeled out. Got some ish in there. But the second half of the chorus, I just give Hulk smash directions. Take it easy, Jake. Thanks for joining me. How many people are in here? 71 people subscribed to Adam Neely 2. It's the channel that I am doing a live stream on. It's hard. Well, whatever. I don't care. I do not care. Or maybe I do care. I just want to see. Curious. Riveting entertainment, I know. New window. Phil. You know what? Forget it. I'm going to just do my thing. All right. So... second half of the chorus is going to be... Yeah, there needs to be stuff happening. 16 people. Woo! All right. Now what that stuff is, I don't know. Okay, so the saxes are gonna... Saxes are gonna hold down the fort with the chords. Bass is gonna do that thing. I don't know if we need the counter melody there. Any good theory websites for a pleb like you? Really depends on what you want to learn. Teoria.com, I think. Books about simpler but cooler stuff. If you haven't checked out Michael New's channel, NEW, he has really great stuff on his channel. That's usually who I'm going to start recommending. Him and Ben Levin, music theory from the ground up. Do I want to go into this sort of groove? No, I really don't. I really don't want to go into that groove. Well. Kind of want to give alto also this, just like really beefy. That. I think softwares like Sibelius and Finale make their VSTs deliberately and utterly horrendous, so when you hear them live, you'll have a small orgasm. Well, the main reason, from what I understand, why a lot of these VSTs really suck is just because of they need to be able to hold a lot of information at once for like these giant orchestras and whatever, so it's mainly CPU related. I'm sure I could download better sound sets, but I'd rather this run a little bit smoother and faster with this this thing. I mean, it does really suck in the beginning. It must suck for you guys too to try and listen to what I'm hearing. But trust me, the sound's better. It sounds better than it is. I honestly don't know of any other sound sets. I know like there's like an east-west thing. I know there's plenty of things that people could use, But the second that you actually start working with large ensembles, the whole thing just like slows to a crawl because you have to load up huge amounts of like samples per instrument, and that's just not very. It's practical in a digital audio workstation where there's ways of freezing it and there's ways of working, but Sibelius is just not optimized to hold that many samples at once, so it just slows to a crawl. For smaller things, it works great, in my experience. No. Nope. Let's do a... There we go. I like the melody better. There we go. That melody works. I'm listening for like melodies that I like within the whole thing. Yeah. It works. It works, everybody. It works. Trying to think about ways of making sure that this is interesting. Oh, let's add the trombone. So I'm kind of thinking about splitting. Normally I'm thinking about like the different sections have their different functions, but in this case I kind of want to split them up. I want to have a very, very strong melody, and that's alto sax, horn, and trumpet. That's going to be strong as hell. It's going to be super strong. I'm going to give some more beef to these voicings. So what's in this voicing? Yeah, so let's do that. And then, yeah. Oh, yeah. Basically just adding the fifth to all of this. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just do that. Cool. Let's hear how that sounds. Okay, it sounds okay. We don't need whatever that E flat. We don't need that. We could use a solid. Shut up. We could use a solid one of these. E flat sus4 over G. Ooh. Could we sneak a? No, a D would sound shitty on that one. Could we sneak? We got an E flat. We got a G. What does this sound like? Don't hate it. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Okay. You meowed at the same pitch. Good dog. What's going on? Oh, I know. is very talented. I have no idea what's going to happen on the bridge, guys. If anybody has any grand suggestions on a groove or something for the bridge. Bridge of Hello is not a great bridge. I mean, it's an okay bridge, but just in the production-wise, it's like... just kind of... This is all gold. It's all gold. You done? Oh, you turned it off. Okay. Thank you. That's how considerate. Just go away. Okay. Thank you. Yep, and it was all included in there, so that was the cat. Highlight reel. Gent on the bridge. Yeah, sure. Nothing super inspiring. Actually, well, I can... One thing I can do... This is, by the way, a live DIY acapella from SNL. So it's like not been tuned or whatever, but it's also really weirdly EQ'd, but... All right, so we're gonna do a duet again. All right. Oh, and there's crowd noise. Even better. All right. Okay, Kat. That's fantastic. Yeah, the feel when you go back to Sibelius and MIDI note entries on. The fun... I knew it would be okay because we were clicked out, but I've had that happen, and it is not a nice sensation. Very much not a nice sensation. Okay. Thanks for the viral content, Kat. Okay. Focus. Focus. It's a non-glamorous, not entertaining part of YouTube. Or not YouTube. Not YouTube. Just music. It's mostly work. It's mostly dull and dry and... a lot of thinking. Not a lot of Okay. Okay, serious question. How do you get the piano to routed through the stereo? Like routed through so you guys can hear it? I have something called Soundflower. Soundflower is this open source protocol which basically runs the sound from my desktop, just the sound that's just coming out of my computer, through to OBS. So it's like a virtual mixer. I don't have an actual mixer. So I have my MIDI keyboard / piano hooked up through USB to my computer. It's being picked up by Ableton. Ableton's playing like a grand piano patch in Ableton, and then Soundflower is hearing that and then routing it through OBS, which is the streaming software that I use to just show you guys what's going on. Okay. All right, so focus. I always have trouble focusing. So Soundflower is the name of the thing you need to download. It's very, very useful. Yeah, streaming takes a while to like really get used to the setups, and honestly mine is like very rudimentary compared to like more quote unquote professional setups for Twitch and whatever. But I'm not a streamer. I just am a YouTube guy who will stream to patrons, so my setup doesn't need to be too intense, really just enough so you can see what I'm doing. Am I a big beer fan? Why do you ask? Is it because of my huge gut? No, that's a running joke. Yeah, no, I do like beers. I used to be, I guess, more snobbish about it. And then I learned that I couldn't drink like more than 1 or 2 like really nice beers in an evening without just feeling like absolute crap the next day. So I've kind of started enjoying less intense beers just because I can drink more of them and still be relatively sober and relatively not feeling bad. Because I like drinking beer a lot. I don't like getting drunk a lot. So it's a weird combination. There's like a certain threshold. So session beers, session IPAs, anything low alcohol. Guinness is my go-to for bars that don't have like craft or whatever, because Guinness is relatively low alcohol. Yeah. How often do you use a DAW with a piano roll for composing? Sometimes. I'm actually about... Somebody said gent on the bridge. I might actually try that on the bridge. I don't know, though. It really depends. I mean, when I'm orchestrating like this, where I'm like trying to get like the actual like voices moving in certain ways, digital audio workstations are not very good for that. This is a lot better because I can see exactly how the different lines move. And when you actually have different people playing individual parts, it's important to know how it actually feels on the instrument, how it looks on the instrument. When I'm just getting like a general idea down, it's like, yeah, it's okay to do that. Cat is about ready to compose again. Oh, that would be kind of cool. As instead of a major 7 over A, just a straight frickin' F major 7. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna get some F major 7 happening. Woo. It's scary. It's an F minor chord or F minor key, but F major 7. It's not a normal sight. Yes. Do I actually want that? Maybe. Oh, it'd be fucking stupid. Yo. Yo. That note would be really stupid. Sorry guys. Yeah, that's really stupid and it doesn't sound very good. Never mind. I don't have yeah, let's have a different, very different chord progressions every time. Okay. Like, now you, I'm sorry for every break, for every break in your heart. I know, I'm sorry for every break in your heart. Oh, I know, for every break in your heart. That might be too intense, but let's see what's going on. See if I like that enough. Basically trying a dominant, or we call it a tonic pedal. I'm sorry, every breaking your heart. I know, every breaking your heart. It's a Bruno Mars chord, the B flat major 7 over F at the end of the bridge of 24 Karat Magic. Fun chord, fun chord. No, let's not that. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I like. What I like. That chord progression. Instead of F7 flat 9 to B flat major 7, doing D7 flat 9 to B flat major 7. It kind of works, sort of. I mean, you can think about it like this diminished 7th chord. This A diminished 7th chord can be an upper structure of F7 flat 9, but it can also be for D7 flat 9 and also B7 flat 9 and also A7 flat 9. But to completely substitute the root motion of F7 flat 9 resolving to a B flat major 7, that's always going to sound stronger. Or whatever, as an F versus a D7 flat 9. Going to a B flat because of the root motion, because D down a major third is a very weak root motion, because dominant 7th chords don't just rely upon the tritone right here, resolving between the 3rd and the 7th, resolving to the tonic chord's major function. So if we have an F7, that would be an A going to an E flat, resolving to a B flat, and then a D. But it also relies upon the root motion of a chord like this, an F7, resolving down a fifth, like that. This is just not a super strong root motion. So I really should stop answering questions while doing this because I'm not really getting into any sort of flow. I'm just sort of like dicking around and answering questions. I really should just focus on writing. So. Just gonna. Ooh. One of these chords is not like the other. One of these chords does not belong. Yeah. you. You're the culprit. Okay. See how it sounds. Yeah, that F minor to F major 7 to F minor 7 is super intense. Just listen to it a couple times to see where I could go. I feel like there needs to be some like rhythmic shit that happens. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Da 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 ba get boom ba boom ba boom ga boom taka taka boom taka taka. Which is exactly what happened here. So maybe we get rid of this one. And we keep that. We do that rhythm. Taka taka da. Yeah. 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 So smack da ba da. Boom. 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 Be awesome if Barry Sax could go that low, but that'd be great. But unfortunately, they can't. Getting there. We're just sort of like, things are like these big bulky marble blocks, and we're just kind of like trying to figure out how to get things dancing together with a little bit more intent. I feel like there needs to be something happening here, but I just want to listen to this whole thing in context. Okay, yeah, we're making progress. We're making progress. It's a little too jazz for my liking right now, but I feel like the last chorus is going to be balls out rock. Little too jazz for me. I know it's kind of hilarious for me to say, but just all these reharms, I feel like it's going to need to coalesce. The bridge, okay, so far we have there's a lot of yelling, a lot of loud yelling so far, because not even like the vocals, but like just the these horns are just going to be blaring for about 16 measures. So I feel like the bridge needs to come down a little bit. Old City asks, does every instrument in there will be real at the real version? Yes. I have 13 of my favorite, best session musicians of New York City coming together to just make this stuff sound good and pretty. It's very difficult to imagine what it sounds like, but once you hear it done, my friends are pretty awesome musicians, so I'm very, very excited to see what it all sounds like live. There's a spot for a composition professor at UC Santa Barbara opening in a couple years. It'd be cool to have a jazz professor. Yeah, I mean, I might teach at the university level at some point. It would have to be the right opportunity, though. I know if I really needed a job right now, which I don't, thankfully, because of you guys. In fact, you guys are probably the reason why I'm not going to have a jazz professor gig for a while, because I'm able to do this. And honestly, I kind of like this in a lot of ways better than a lot of the stuff that university gig would give me. Although I should say that it's not really monetary what I'm talking about. It's more like just the ability to do what I want. And right now I want to make YouTube videos. So being a jazz professor would kind of get in the way of that. But at some point I might. Yeah. So bridge, not a lot of horny stuff is going to go on. I need to talk to the singer about exactly what she wants to do during the bridge. Then there's going to be a solo here on this chorus, and this final chorus is going to be kind of a big ol' thing. I don't know what's going to happen in that last chorus, but let's finish all the detail work here. Let's get some detail work going on. So boom, boom. Boom. Yeah, why not? Oh. This line, wow, this Barry part is kind of hard. Yeah, I don't like it. Okay, let's have another chord happen here. Not enough chords. More chords are necessary. Okay, we need a... so this is going to be a C7, sharp 9, flat 9. Yeah. One of those. What's the moral justification of this chord? It's because I fucking want that chord there. So I want that there. And then what else do I want? There's just a lot of chords happening. A lot of chords getting thrown around. Just like without any regard to anything else. So with that, whenever that starts to happen a little bit too much, I want the bridge to be like, have like kind of a chill element. And then, you know, not too chill, but mostly chill. Because the reason why I'm okay with it being like pretty loud and aggressive and a lot of, you can just physically see that there's a lot of shit going on. Like, whoa. Is because we've been waiting for about 2.5 minutes to get into this point. And we want to at least give a nice, strong impression. Like, yeah. What are altered chords? The idea behind altered chords is that you have all tensions on them. Flat 9, sharp 11, and flat 13. That's the idea, although I've heard it described different ways. It's basically the chord scale for dominant 7th chords with the Superlocrian scale, which is 1, flat 2, sharp 2, 3, no 4, I guess, or sharp 4, or no 4, or flat 5, I don't know. There's so many different ways of spelling it, but the way I would think about it, 1, flat 2, sharp 2, 3, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. Otherwise known because it's Superlocrian, more Locrian than Locrian, 1, flat 2, flat 3, flat 4, which is a weird one, which is enharmonic to 3, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. So it's a dominant 7th chord that has all of those guys on it. That's altered. It's kind of an archaic way of thinking about things, but sometimes it's useful to think along these lines. I would say that this chord is fairly altered. It's not really. There's just a certain vibe that's associated with things. If we're going to analyze this chord, there's no 5th. We have a C, we have an E, we have a B flat, we have a D flat, emphasized E flat on top. Ooh. I just want to make sure that stream's okay and got a super high kicking CPU. Whatever. And then E flat, and then B flat, and then ooh, what's going on? Alright, well, whatever. Just make it on, computer, you can do it. What is going on, guys? Come on. Kernel task, it's overheating. Great. Lovely. Okay, now it's better, I think. Lovely, lovely. Hopefully it starts to chill out. Okay. I think we're back. Cool. Or sort of. Are we back? Are we even back? I don't know. Well, I'm not sure what's going on because all of a sudden my computer went ape shit. So let's just hope it doesn't happen too much more frequently. Great. Okay, so Ooh, yeah. Altered, whatever. Yeah, so C7, that's altered vibe. Well, let's listen back. Ooh, ooh, oh. What was that? What was that thing? There's some. Why did it sound like that? Why? Why did it sound like that? Oh, because I forgot to put the net flat sign. Come on, computer. Why are you? You're fine. Is there like some dumb shit that's happening with? Oh, is the App Store doing it? I don't know what any of this stuff is. Riveting entertainment, I know, guys. What is going on? Why is OBS freaking out? Like, all right, well, whatever. I'll just try and finish this up. I think I might have to stop and just figure out what's going on. I might be back later, but I think we got a pretty fair amount done. We orchestrated the second chorus. Took a couple hours, but I'm pretty proud. It looks nice. Looks like music. So I think this is just how I'm going to end it for right now. I might stream some more of this process later. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And yes, until next time, peace.